Welcome to a new YouTube video. My name is Corinna Reibchen. I have been working in the banking sector for 25 years, and I bring you the whole topic of digital assets in a simple way. And today, we are going straight back into the charts because something has happened. Since my video yesterday, something happened. It's often like that. On weekends, we always have to make sure that no companies are trading. And now they are active again. That means we definitely have much more, volatility in the market again, much more volume in it. And we are looking at it because today we dropped from 68,000 yesterday to 65 or even 64,000. And we will take a look at that in the charts now. I already reported in the video yesterday that we have long since left this long curve where we were on the rising branch and pumped up. And now also the area where we could have gone up to the 72, 75 area again. So currently we are not even getting over 70,000 anymore and have dropped down to 64,000 this morning. That means this candlestick wick is very likely to be reached again. We will go into the reasons shortly and also look at it again on the time frames, not on the daily time frame, but we will go into the hourly time frames. In any case, this currently doesn't look very bullish, and we can also aim for lower entry prices. That means we are also short in the market from the clue. That means I really accompany my clients daily through exactly these difficult market phases because we really have to see every day what is happening in the market now. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. In the hourly chart, you can clearly see what happened overnight. You can see very well that a movement was triggered here. Bitcoin was also sold, so there were several triggers overnight that caused this. Large investor, the so-called whales, sold, apart from the very early era, has now sold a lot of Bitcoins again. Additionally, there were disturbances in Mexico, as we can see here. So here we see, again, a drug lord was, killed, in Mexico. And there were just a lot of negative news simply about it, that the cartel has now, simply contributed to the chaos in Mexico. And just like the unrest now here, the threats now here in the Middle East, simply bad news for the entire market, and that naturally pushes prices down. And we could, of course, also see that it all happened at night. So the combination of large investors selling, plus the fact that further unrest has now broken out in Mexico. So all of this contributes to lower prices. And here we also see that we are here at 64,000. We are down almost to 63,000, 64,100. So now we have been here for a few hours. We are now in consolidation. Now we have to wait until London opens and then America. That's when the bigger movements usually happen. So the London session, as soon as it opens, and then this afternoon, German, or also this afternoon, EU time, it continues in America. So that means we got a dip here, and we just have to see if it regulates itself now or if we still see 59.60 down here. You can also see it very nicely in the hourly chart. I assume we will collect that as well. So that means it's also important to look at different perspectives again. We also look here at the RSI index, always checking if a coin is overbought or oversold. Here it looks better on the hourly level, but on the daily level, and that's what I'm currently watching, we are still very strongly overbought. So here, this is actually still a clear, sell signal, indicating that we will go further down. So here, the structure does not yet look bullish, but rather that we will definitely come down to 60 again, possibly even further down, depending on the political situation. Then we look at the same thing with Ethereum. With Ethereum, exactly the same. We also see here in the daily chart after yesterday, we are also here. We are down to 1,867. We broke the 2,000 mark again, but fell overnight. The reason is that the founder of Ethereum also sold, and in a big way. I always check that on, Platform X. Here, for example, Look on chain. It says Vitalik Buterin. He has also sold more Ethereum. He had already sold, and now he is definitely selling more again. And that is, of course, just another bad sign when the founders of the projects really sell coins in large quantities. We have also seen this with Coinbase. That affected the stock price of Coinbase. And here, if the founder of Ethereum himself sells at a price of 1,800 and not here at 4,800, then that is also not a very good sign, and I assume that we will continue to fall here. That's how it looks on the hourly, on the daily chart. Also here, when we look at the hourly chart, it looks better, but one should not be misled by that, because we also have, you can see a wick down at 1,746. Here, I also assume, with the American session starting, I assume that we will probably pick this up as well, if no good news comes out. That's it for Ethereum. It's similar with Solana, so really, you can always see, Bitcoin and everything else follows. There are few coins that are active in the opposite direction. So here on the daily chart, we are strongly overbought, and are going down here. And here on the daily chart, we also have such a wick. It's called, at 67. We are at 78. So here too, everything currently looks anything but bullish in the market, and, we just have to prepare for that. So here's a short morning update from us now from the Asian session. So we started the week poorly. Now we look at what the stocks are doing, whether it continues to crash, and we always have to see it day by day. And that's how we proceed with the clue ahead, that we really look into the markets day by day and trade accordingly. And much of it is simply patience in the market. So we look, now there are cheaper entry prices again, but currently we are still short in the market. And also, maybe as my recommendation for you, just have patience when you go into trading, then short trading. You can definitely learn. It always feels strange when you trade against the market. So not buying in the long direction, but betting on fine prices. But currently, at least as of this morning, it looks like we will see even lower prices for now to at least pick this up once. In that sense, I definitely wish you a nice day and see you next time. Yours, Corinna.